Well, here I am at St Aldhelm's Church, at the front of it, in front of the church building. As you can see on the notices behind me, alongside the busy Spa Road, we've got this announcement to make that our church building will be reopened for the first time this coming Sunday on the 19th of July. It's a significant development, but it's just a very gradual step towards the reopening of public worship. But it's a very gentle step. I'm so delighted at the way that volunteers have really worked hard this week in preparing some of the church grounds, working on the garden. We've had our windows cleaned. And I'm just grateful for the team of people, the team of volunteers who've prepared the inside of the church building. Thankful also for the volunteers who've been operating at St Anne's Church as well, that's been open for the past 2 weeks. It's so good to have your support. And as I say, this is just a gradual step that we're making towards the reopening of our church buildings for worship and prayer. So I'm going to take you inside and just give you a sense of what to expect this coming Sunday morning at St Aldhelm's. Well, we've come inside the church building now, and what many people will now recognise as the church lounge. And you'll be greeted by a team of people who will be on hand to help really to facilitate this time of personal prayer. First of all is a table, and on this table will be recorded the names and contact details of anyone who arrives and is welcomed in this time at St Aldhelm's. And after 21 days, those details will be erased and taken out of the system. As we progress into the church lounge, there's another table, and on this table will be hand sanitizer, which we'll ask you to use, and there will also be some face coverings available. By all means, do bring your own face mask or face covering, but if you want to, you can make use of some that will be available here. It is just another requirement that we have, being in an enclosed space, in order to keep one another safe from COVID-19. So we're going to enter into the worship area, and as we make our way towards the glorious window up ahead, you'll see that the seating arrangements will show some slight changes. We're going to be asking people, guiding people towards the front of the church building. That is absolutely necessary because we have to make sure and be really compliant with the social distancing measures. So the chairs are slightly curved just to make it a more welcoming, worshipful environment. And you will notice that in some of the rows, here's one row, there will be crosses laid across some of the chairs. And that will be a guide and an indication for all of us as to where we can and where we cannot sit in this worship space. So there will be a warm welcome here, but I wanted to show you this just to ensure that people know that it will be different and it's not quite as it used to be for the time being. We are faced with making sure that we keep to all the safety protocols here in the face of coronavirus. And at the same time, we want to welcome people back into the church building. It may well be that actually for some of you, this is not appropriate. And I just want to reassure you that online worship will continue for the foreseeable future. This has become such an important and significant means of engaging and reaching new people. So online worship will carry on right through the summer, and we have no intention of stopping that for the time being. And at the same time, we do want to welcome people into our church buildings for a time of prayer. The worship and prayer will be very, very short. And at St Aldhelm's this coming Sunday, yes, the church door will be open and unlocked at 8:45. But there will be a time of led worship and prayer by myself starting at 9 o'clock. I will lead in some opening praise. There will be a Bible reading, just a short reflection on it. And indeed, there will be some music that I will play. And that in itself will lead into a time where space is given for people to have their own personal prayer. At St Anne's this Sunday, we know that St Anne's Church Building has been open for 2 weeks already, and some people have been able to make use of that for private prayer. A little bit later on Sunday morning, St Anne's will have its doors open at 10:15, and Matt will be leading a time of worship and prayer at 10:30. And again, the church building there will be open for 2 hours, leading right up to 12:30. Here in St Aldhelm's, we will finish this time of prayer at 9:40. We have come in through the front door, and when we leave church on Sunday morning, we will be leaving by the doors in the corner behind me. The exit will be immediately to your left through one of the doors at the side here, without enabling people to go through the church centre. So you are most welcome. And just to highlight the fact that it will be different, but you'll be welcome. And it will be good in some ways that this church building will be prayed in, having been left empty for so long. And it would be good also to know that actually there is no pressure on coming to the church building. For some of you, indeed, it will be inappropriate. You may still be shielding, you may still be vulnerable to the virus, and we don't want to put people at any risk at all. But for some, it may be something that you want to do, and you are most welcome to come, and we will make sure that you are well, first of all, and that we will be safe indeed. So God bless you, and I pray that we will be able to see you, if not physically on Sunday morning, at least we will see you online, virtually. So bless you, every blessing to you. Amen.